welcome to the Hidden Cove episode 5?
Episode 5, yeah.
And as you can see, without Harry here, we can actually have Nick and Michael in the room. So,
Hi.
I'm Ricky, as usual, and these are these guys.
Nick.
Michael.
Hey.
They are not fighting luck. So, we've got a plan for what we were going to talk about, but then just before pressing record, there was a Lorcana cast that gave us a lot of information. So, we are going to quickly run down that news. First up, big news for UK people. There's going to be a Lorcana Fest in Birmingham in November on the 15th and 16th.
Around then, yes.
Yeah. So, I think it's Axiom now.
Yeah, it is indeed.
So we have got another big event coming this year. So fingers crossed it doesn't sell out in minutes like the last one. But yeah, happy with that? Are you going to go?
Hopefully. I'm more likely to go to that than the DLCs. But I know yourself at the moment.
Yeah, I can't remember when, but I'm going to be in Hungary around the time.
I'm always hungry. Yeah.
I think one of the other news that came from it was the fact that both that Action event and the Firestorm event in September are now CCQ events. So they actually...
And what does CCQ mean for people up on that?
You now got me stumped again. I Googled this and I told you. Damn. I look like an idiot now. CCQ, if I remember correctly, is Challenge Championship Qualifiers.
Put the phone down and say it again.
Challenge Championship Qualifiers.
There you go. And I did the wrong dude.
But no, I think it's going to be interesting because looking at the last few Lorcana Fest streams that they've been doing, they've been talking about that the non-foil promos will be at these events from the DLCs. So it'll give people, hopefully they will be at these, both for Firestorm and Birmingham, and give players that haven't got the chance to go to, the first DLC to begin with, because that sold out within minutes, to actually get a chance of getting some of these non-foil alternative art promos.
Yeah. So I'm still hoping to go to Ghent, but I don't know how that's going to work yet. Okay, so they also give us a load of reprint information. Not what's getting reprinted so that we can all start brewing decks, but there's going to be 6 legendary reprints.
The major thing, I think, and a lot of people are already talking about it on all the social media, is 171 cards.
Okay, so 171 returning cards. So... yeah, that's pretty much the whole set. So this seems like it's a core set that Magic used to do, or Foundations.
Yeah, seems like they're trying to lay an evergreen sort of set of cards that they don't want to see leave, which makes sense.
Be prepared, be prepared, be prepared.
But yeah, talking about that, if you go down into the breakdown, and we basically look at rare, legendary, and super rares.
Yeah, so we've got 6 legendaries being reprinted. We know one of those is Maleficent.
Maleficent Monster Dragon, potentially because it's it's the set champs promo.
Yeah.
You know there's Elsa, Spirit of Winter.
Yeah.
And Anshu on the last 4.
Okay. Oof. So I was hoping for a Rapunzel, but if there's only 4 left...
There's 6 colours. There's one in each colour, right?
Yeah. Well, it could be 5. But, do you think they just go 6 set 1 reprints, or do you think that they spread it out?
It might be nice to do it, but then...
So, Sad
were there
Beast,
any...
Diablo.
Sad Beast? He wasn't set 1?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
It's, for example, Honey Wizard, which is one of the confirmed reprints for Enchanted, is set 2.
But,
Sure.
But I've just meant if it's Elsa, Maleficent, they just do Rapunzel. Rapunzel Green. John Silver was the best green legendary in set one.
Although I suppose we said Fifth Spirit, was it?
No,
But
sorry. His favourite legendary, Deceiver of All.
set 2.
It's
Yeah.
But
set
it,
three,
It's
that
all set
was.
3, sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, but it can be
Yeah.
If you haven't
I'm just saying, like, I was just making a thing. Would it, like, if we saying it's Maleficent and Spirit of Winter, which is the big one from the first set,
Oh, it's on the first set.
because the fifth spirit is still legal. Because
Was
it was
Tamatoa a legendary?
Super.
Hades?
legendary.
Potentially, it
Hades?
could be potentially Hades.
Be nice to see a Hades legendary.
But
Enchanted.
The only concern I have is if Hades does return, which is it couldn't be because they haven't, by the way that they're doing the lore in the background. Ursula finished off in set 4 and Jafar potentially be stopped in set 8. They could bring Hades, which would be interesting. Because they haven't had his villain arc yet.
It wouldn't stop them doing it, him having one extra card.
No.
No, but if you have to look at it, Ursula has been reprinted since set 4.
No, but I did realise the other day, because everyone was making a big deal that we haven't had any Little Mermaid cards since set 4, that she is in the artwork. Ariel is in the artwork for Whispers in the Wild.
She is indeed.
So, like, that might just mean that they take a break for us, which makes sense, because otherwise you're just going to run these same franchises into the dirt.
As much as I love Ursula, I don't think I could have her in every set.
No. And that's it. Like,
yeah.
So, like, so 6 legend reprints, 12 super rare. We know one is going to be Rockstar Stitch.
Yeah.
And 37 rares.
That concerns me. The fact is 37 rares. Because
37 rares across 4 sets.
Yeah, but the fact that they already announced one new card that we'll talk about in a bit from set 10, the fact that we haven't got a board wipe. So are they going to reprint Be Prepared?
Well, I hope so. I think, like, I know it's a feel bad. I do know it's a feel bad when, you know, someone on specifically like blue-red, ramp to 7, reset the board, and then always have the answer because you just go in removal. But a symmetrical board wipe is healthy for the game.
Well, like last set, we had a lot of the at-home versions of cards we know and love, like our at-home, Whole New World at Home.
Beyond the Horizon, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting the Be Prepared at Home. However that pans out, I think that would be...
Like, maybe if you took the song aspect off it.
Yeah, sure. 7-drop song, non-song, but still board wipes is good.
What's interesting is a Power Line. It's a Ruby card that we already know is coming in Fabled. Is a Singer 9. So they potentially going to be some song in Ruby or equivalent with it that could be sung.
Yeah.
I know Tom, one of the locals, wants a board wipe. He wants Be Prepared gone, but he wants it to be a dual colour so that it's locked into one colour combination.
That feels like a good solution to it because it does stop these things being abused. But then what colour combo would you give the board wipe to? Because
Ruby Steel? They both...
Ruby Steel would fit... It would fit the profile thematically of just going, okay, thematically we're about board presence and board control. I feel like that would make sense. And it does stop the, okay, we ramp to 7, now keep the board empty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, one of the other things that was quite interesting is the fact that we're going to get some... The reprints are going to be some epics and enchanted.
Yeah, so I would really like to see Aerial Sensational Singer as being one of those two. I would like it to be the reprint. I think it is an iconic card for Yellow. I will miss it if it gets...
Yeah, I think Epic's a good spot for it.
Yeah.
Well, it could have an enchanted because Honey Wizard's already been confirmed as a enchanted. The artwork's stunning. I will give him credit.
It was always a nice artwork. I'll give it that. Yeah, it made a very nice mat. And then the cards also went on the floor and became a mat. Because that's about as good, the most use you'll get out of them.
Although they've added keywords to them, so there might be things in there that help. I don't know what, but...
Added?
Yeah,
is that an errata then? Or is it technically... Have they... Because if they have changed... They'd have had to give him a different name then. It's not Honey Wizard.
Still Honey Wizard?
No, it's still Honey Wizard. It's just they've added keywords. It's like how...
In theory, that's an errata then.
It's like how hounds are actually dogs in Magic now.
That's done via errata. So newer versions of cards will say dog rather than hound. But you could still play the old cards.
Yeah.
In this case... would the old cards be legal? Because it would be an errata version of it.
I think it'll still be legal.
I think it's not like Bucky, for example, where the card almost...
That was a nerf, not an errata, let's be honest.
which the card completely changed. As the cost changed, the ward got removed, and there was some... Oh, and the effect.
And the effect.
Totally. This is only just the keywords. So I think...
Yeah, so they've added... And they are going to be Honey Wizard specific by the look of it, because it's like honey and stuff like that. So they've added keywords to him, so that potentially they're adding support cards to make it a theme deck. Whether that makes it meta relevant or just a working theme deck, so that you've got that beautiful art that can be played.
Someone out there is going to be wanting to play that food deck, and Honey's wired out for food.
Yeah, so, but that's all quite exciting news coming out.
Yeah, and for me, it's going to do wonders for my wallet now, because this is going to be a first set that I will only need 33 cards.
Yeah, that's good news for everyone, I think.
Yeah. And even for new players, is the fact that there's a chance of them opening product to get the cards that they haven't been able to. Especially the first chapter stuff, like Spirit of Winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have preferred just a proper reprint of the first chapter at some point, rather than the raffles and things like that. But never mind all of that.
You mean you don't want to win the
privilege
to purchase?
Well, I didn't enter it, so that should answer that. Although I enjoy opening product, and I like Michael. I've got play sets of everything, sets 1 to 4, apart from BLT.
Hopefully BLT gets reprinted for you then.
So I could see it, because he was like the mascot of
he was.
Game. So but I would have preferred to just have more access to the product. But I get it, and I get that I like the direction that this is going with the epics, because hopefully that will bring value back to the top end.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of us, apart from your broom deck, I don't think any of us at this table are playing max rarity decks, are we?
I'm not even playing max rarity in the broom deck. I am not paying Wayward Sorcerer prices enchanted, thank you very much. Oh, yeah, Unsealed prices. I'm too cheap for that. But no.
So
everything else is bling to hell and back.
I traded a lot of things for them, so I got away with it that way. But when you look at some people who do play max rarity, even at locals, is the fact that hopefully we don't know what the epics are going to be like per box, but hopefully it's 1 per box.
Didn't they say it was 1 in 2? So, like, technically, enchantments are 1 in 4. Epics are going to be 1 in 2. And iconics is like 1 in X amount of cases.
For the benefit of the viewers, and totally not for me, what exactly is the epic going to be? Is it just a full art version of the card without the special effects?
It's a full art foil version. So that's what Honey Wizard is the one that they've showed.
Honey Wizard is enchanted.
Oh, is it?
That is definitely enchanted. Elsa, one of the Elsa cards from that set is going to have... It's more colourful, more...
So epics are going to be like Magic borderless cards, but in a foil treatment, I think?
Yeah, it's going to be a nice foil treatment from what I understand. It's going to be some, as I said, it's going to be some from the reprint, so potentially want some. But it's one of them things of, I'm not going to open much product this set. I'll get the odd bits and pieces because I like collecting.
Unless Ravensburger, you would like us to reveal some stuff and we can open boxes.
But no, I would like to. I still support the store. I will buy a box because I will try and do one of everything still, minimum. Because I try to do one of everything for this collection set, so I don't play with them. But for the play sets, I'm just going to be taking out everything from set 1 to 4 that is reprint and put it into the new folder. So I can use it to build.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just easier for me.
Yeah. But speaking of new cards, they dropped one yesterday from set 10. So it was a Goofy card. Emerald Champion?
Emerald Champion. Yeah, I think it is. And he's definitely a champion in that colour.
Yeah, it is a very interesting card.
I'm sure that when the video comes out, maybe there'll be a picture on screen, but and Michael's looking for it now.
Yeah, Emerald Champion. Whenever one of your other Emerald characters is challenged and banish the challenging character. So that's even the score. And then the second effect, provide cover. Your other Emerald characters gain ward.
So, these are both good. Very good. What's his baseline stats?
3/5, quest for 2. Uninkable 5 cost.
Uninkable. So that's obviously going to be a limiting factor, but that's a solid stat line for the cost, 3/5. That's in line with Aurora and Cogsworth and other characters of that. I'm going to sit here and affect the board at a solid cost. Obviously, the elephant in the room here is this is the first time I think we've seen a mention of a card color in the text on the cards.
Yeah, so that got discourse going yesterday about whether or not they're trying to make promote monocolor decks.
I will say that I disagree with that because I'm looking at it from a point of view of if I was going to play a pure ward deck now, I would play Emerald Sapphire. My turn before I play
Looking at you, Goose.
my turn before that, you play some cards that are this very good stat-wise that don't have ward. But it'd be literally the turn before I play that will be Savvy Sailor. Or the other Goofy. I can't remember the name of the other Goofy. The one that
Flying Goofy.
The one that quests to give ward.
Oh.
So equivalent to Savvy Sailor in the same set, but instead I think it's inkable as well, where instead of giving +1 law, it just gives ward, and you just drop that, and that's in green. So you drop that before playing that one, quest, because they also both have ward, and give
Goofy ward.
Emerald Champion ward. So he's protected for that turn. And then hopefully by the following turn, you have another Emerald Goofy, so you can drop that as well.
Well, I spotted quite a nice little line of turn 2 Go-Go of either variety, because both they're two very good Go-Go's in 2 drop.
Yeah.
You then Alice turn 3. Turn 4 you can shift Go-Go.
Yeah.
Because you've got the green-blue Go-Go that has quite a cool effect when she shifts. I believe you you send an opponent's card to the bottom of their deck or something.
Not into the inkwell.
Into the inkwell. But they get to draw to replace it, but that's a big tempo swing.
Yeah,
I believe it's just bottom of the deck.
I'll have a check now. There's a few cards like that.
Anyway, if they draw to replace it, you're in green. Just make them get rid of it.
Yes, and the important thing there is she's evasive. So then you go turn 5 with Pete, and she's now an evasive ward. But quest for 2...
You mean Goofy. Pete does something different.
Yes, Pete is also very good.
So
when you play this character, if you use shift to player, you may put chosen character into the player's inkwell face down and exerted. So it's actually not a specific player.
Yes, you can target your own.
You can target your own. I think the other go-go that you were talking about, and I have seen it.
The 2-drop, I think it's the blue one. When you shift from her, you get to put something into your inkwell. I believe it's the top card.
Yes, I think it is.
Okay, so you could ramp yourself twice.
Yeah, potentially. And then you've got,
Yeah, so when you play a Floodborne character on this card, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted.
So you run the Baymax as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It just seemed like a cool little combo where it's like that. Then you've got an evasive that you want to protect because the easiest way to deal with evasives is to use songs to kill them. And you can't target them now.
Big Hero 6 deck might be...
Yeah. I mean, I still think Steel is the way to play it, and you bring our big boy Pete along, because now you shift into him on 4, and then you play you play the Goofy on turn 5.
No, you play Goofy on turn 5
and then so your opponent can no longer sing songs, and they can't target your things either, and both of them are 5/5s. No, he's Goofy's 3/5. Yeah. But also because what was his other effect? His one of them was to give ward. What was the first effect? When someone's challenged.
When someone's challenged, you challenge or banished in a challenge. So Pete is essentially likely to take 2+ things out because you've got a challenge into a 5/5 with resist 1.
Yes.
Yeah, it's challenged and banished. Banished the challenging character.
So you're going to have to run quite a few things into a Pete that you can't target with spells.
Yeah. Yeah. Another fun one was Fidget. Fidget's always been an interesting one because he's quite low on the curve with evasive, good stats, and quests for 2 or 3.
Yeah, he was obnoxious and sealed.
Very. And now you can give him ward because he's part green.
Yeah.
Oh, this...
I don't know. Do you want mono? Like, I'm just going to go back to the mono colour because it was brought up in one of the questions that someone asked as well on Discord. But I don't like... Weirdly, I think green is probably one of the only colours that can get away with mono colouring. Maybe amethyst. Because I think things like steel, for example, steel is a great colour, but it's a very good support colour. It makes anything you pair it with better.
The only thing I'll say is that I will disagree with what you're saying because I think sapphire is probably the best. Because you have Let It Go, you have...
Let It Go's going.
Yeah, it is going. But you also have Into the Unknown. You've got the Elsa line with Draw, you've got a Nana line. You've now got Spirit of Winter back. There's a lot of utility in that deck.
Spirit of Winter
is Amethyst anyway.
And Into the Unknown is... Blue amethyst.
It's going to sound like a bit of a cop-out answer, but I think most of the colours can get away with a mono variant. At the very least, if you look at a lot of the decks in the last year, a lot of them will end up on like 48 of one colour and 12 of the other. Like, look at, again, purple-red. You see a lot of purple, and then you just see, okay, cool, the red is Tremaine.
And Shark.
And Be Prepared. Done.
Oh, sometimes Brawl, yeah. But yeah, like you said...
Oh, Pirate's Life.
Yeah, so it's a maximum about 20 cards there's a third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like if you went back further back again, you get to the blue-red variants where it was just basically all blue to ramp until you hit Be Prepared and Maleficent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hero to All.
And what, sorry?
Hero to All.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Maui.
Yeah, okay. But then you're talking what, 12 cards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before Brawl
It's a
came
fifth
along.
of the deck.
Brawl came along and it upped it a little bit, but there's not much.
Yeah, so I can't. Well, I don't think it makes much difference. I do like the idea that we're gonna get champions for all the colours. I was thinking Donald would have to be red because he's angry,
Yeah.
and we've had 2 legendary Donalds in red
Yeah, but we have had the Musketeer Donald in steel.
and yellow.
Has he even been in yellow?
The bodyguard one's in yellow.
Mhm.
Oh, maybe I'm misremembering which colour he was.
No,
the
it's just
original-
two Musketeers.
So, but yeah, the original bodyguard musketeer was in steel.
If Goofy is the champion of Emerald, would it be safe to assume that they're all going to be like Disney classic kind of characters
guess
rather
so.
than?
That'd be nice if they were.
So Donald probably is a good shout. You might see a Mickey or a Daisy.
Yeah, but Mickey and Minnie have been recently in Ruby, so it could be a joint card with them.
But-
Mickey could be Amber whilst Minnie's
Yeah.
Ruby.
And Mickey and Minnie have both been amber cards as well.
Yeah.
Pluto could be Steel. You had a very good Steel card.
Daisy's very yellow.
The question is, who goes purple? That's the hardest one because we haven't really seen many.
What do you mean? We've got Donald Duck there. He's the best legendary around. Nick,
Yes.
you get to 25 law.
Anyway,
That's another thing. It'd be nice to see all the legend, like having a champion of each colour.
No, it would be nice, and I'm looking forward to it, to be honest.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go. But it makes sense. Introducing cards that refer to colours does suggest you can have a whole cycle of them. You can't just have it be one. Either that or they'd have like 1 or 2 per set for a while until they've done each colour.
Yeah, and then we get protection from red and steel.
But,
Colour hosing cards
but
are a thing.
potentially we have to wait till set out for them.
Yeah. So Fabled is set
9.
9. And then Whispers in the Well is 10.
10.
Okay, so it's going to be the end of the year. So potentially legal for... Will it be legal for Axiom now?
No.
Right. Okay. So we do get 2 tournaments with this next format, which realistically isn't going to change much if we're not getting anything in Fables as new cards, basically.
That's 30 new
could-
cards.
okay.
You never know.
Correction. It could be based on when it's released in November. Because August is Fabled. November will... End of September, November will be the next one. No,
No, it'd be end of November.
end
beginning
of November,
December.
yeah. So definitely no. It
Okay.
won't be.
Unless they do a big sealed event as a pre-release or something.
Well, and that's one of the things I was, I think I talked about previously on here, is the fact that I would love to go to a DLC which was around the time of release of a set, because I will be more likely to do the side events
Yes, you can have like open new product.
to collect what I need.
Yes, rather than at the tail end of that set where everyone's got what they want. No one's really excited about that new set.
And you have to hit something to make value for money.
Yeah, and everyone's already done their sealed at that point as well, so everyone knows which cards are the really good in sealed and which ones are not.
I felt like Homer Simpson, to be fair, in the last DLC when we did side events. Because everyone around me seemed to be opening Enchanted, so there was just me... Wait a minute, there's something wrong with this side event.
I thought it was more the barbecue grill thing. Why doesn't mine look like that?
So, yeah, I think we kind of covered that now, then, haven't we? Anything else to add on monocolours or champions and colours being mentioned?
No, as I said, just looking forward to see what actually is getting reprinted, so decks can start being brewed. I know that Joey's going to be hoping for Lilo, Maleficent, Donald Duck Musketeer, and Amber. And a few others that can go straight back into the deck.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played this format at all. I just haven't had the energy to do it.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know. I think I'm gonna take China Dogs to championship.
So I've already played in the set champs. I played Steel Song. It went horrendous. I went 1-4 or 1-3. I played the last game, being 0-3, just to wait for prizing. I was just
Why not play your VAR, right?
Yeah, if you're there, and one of the guys I went with also, he was 1-2, and I convinced him to continue playing because he was going to drop.
Good practice anyway.
He was going to drop. I said, no, well, we've got to wait for prizing, so just play. It'll be over and done with. We both realised, okay, going into a room full of discard in different forms of Amber Emerald, Amber Amethyst, the Diablo Lever package, and a few other different variations. And I came against Amber Emerald twice, which I normally have a good run with Steel Song. But when you've gone through 30 odd cards in 4 games, and you only see 5 songs, and you run in 21 songs,
Yeah.
and you've shuffled, you table shuffled, you let them cut, everything, and somehow you still end up having that situation, and they literally deceiver your only song in your hand that can change the game for you. And the only game that I actually won against any of them was my very first one against the person who got second, I think it was. And I won the first game against him. It was because I had 3 aerial spectacular singers in my hand. I just went, get a song. He ripped the song, play the next one, get a song, sing that.
Yeah.
Get rid of something. Play the third one, get Whole New World, sing that, and then I could actually do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of them things of I think I'm glutton for punishment. I am taking Steel Song again. But I have revamped it completely.
Queen. That's what I'm going to say to you. To sing a Whole New World on turn 2, because these decks often rely on a very strong mulligan, and if you can disrupt that by going, oh, you mulliganed into everything you need, you kept what you wanted and done a heavy mulligan, turn 2 Whole New World.
So
they don't like that. So
I'm keeping it very close to my chest, my deck.
It's fine.
But I can I can play Whole New World turn 2.
Okay.
I'm not singing it, I'm playing it.
Interesting.
That gives a lot away of the deck. But I can, at one stage, can play up to 36 plus worth of ink in one turn.
0 to hero.
0 to hero is not in the deck. I am tempted to put it in. But Beyond the Horizon has gone in. Okay. I don't know whether or not to increase it.
I might beat that out because, I don't want to give you a deck away. You're holding it close to you. You keep your secrets, Mr. Gandalf.
I have no idea what I'm going to be playing. I mean, you guys have been my sounding board for my terrible, terrible decks lately. But
your decks have always done well. You say they're terrible. You took Ruby Steel when Ruby Steel didn't probably work to second place. We were really hoping you win.
Yeah. Well, you saw some of the jank I was coming out with last night, so we'll see where I end up.
I was going to go back to Ruby Sapphire, and then Michael and Jordan told me, playing into discard's miserable. Just play dogs. So, and I'm torn between, do I play dogs in like more of a more of a synergistic one, rather than my janky. I want to play Simba. I want to play Stitch, and these now let me get cards.
But someone has built that and took it to set champs and won it.
Yeah, I built it. I built it months ago.
Presumably you're playing Pride Lands?
Yeah.
You have to, I think, if you're going to be playing that version.
And I played it against Michael last week, and he was playing Amethyst.
Steel. I couldn't touch it.
And I managed to get Tiana down and tapped at Pride Lands. And he was like, oh, so I could kill the Pride Lands, can't I, without having to pay 3? And he had to really work out how he was going to go about everything to be able to kill.
I managed to work out how to get rid of Tiana.
After you quit. And then went, actually, I think I can do it.
Yeah, I did rage quit. I think it's the only time I've ever gone scoop.
And then he went, actually, I think I got it and put everything back. So he might have just picked everything back up from his thing and gone, I can do this if I've got every card I need.
I was like, hold on, I got crab. Why am I quitting here? But no, it was good fun. But yeah, I still lost that practice game. But no, it's some interesting deck cards. It'd be interesting to see what everyone plays.
You want to play actions? Pete? Big Pete?
What?
Gantu?
I mean, that's probably going to be where I end up, let's be honest. Green Seal's my comfort pick.
Well, that's what I took to Expo. And then I came up against discard all day, and then I couldn't get my deck going before they take all my cards.
Yeah, you need to get going and then maybe hit a dock or something.
Yeah.
Just keep.
But what is interesting is the fact that how many set champs around our local area are just sold out instantly.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them are limiting to just a handful of people, right?
No, most of them 16.
That is a handful.
Yeah.
That's quite small numbers.
Locally, in our local one, some of our regulars who have played in everyone, like Matt, hasn't got a ticket. Doesn't get
Alex hasn't.
Tomby?
Don't think so.
Yeah, there's a few people who just...
Not sure if Greg has.
And it wasn't like they dilly-dallied.
No, Greg has.
Oh, Greg has.
Like, the tickets sold out within a day or so, right?
But yeah, not less than a day, because they got announced just before the Friday event. And then Saturday morning, they sold out.
Wow.
Pretend, on the other hand, I don't know if it was bad planning or whatever, but a lot of the locals couldn't get tickets, but they ended up trading with some of the Cardiff ones and managed to get them. Look, I'm happy for them. But what was interesting is that Pretend got released on the same day as the celebration event. So them tickets just went within an hour. Yeah. 16 tickets gone in an hour. And it's one of the things that I understand what you're saying is like 16 is not many. But when you think around here, like our store, out of most of the local stores, is the outlier where we have between 10 and 20 plus players.
Well, that's what Sam was saying on Friday. People in our store were saying, oh, quiet one tonight with 10 players. And she was like, because she was comparing that to Magic. Like, for Standard, we had 3 players on that day. And it's like, well, it fired, because some weeks it doesn't fire. We had 4 people for One Piece on Tuesday. It was One Piece on Thursday is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's probably our biggest scene at the moment. But Lorcana's doing pretty good behind it.
Well, if you think about it, like, we're getting 10 to 16 players sometimes, and a lot of the locals are not, like, they got other things on, and they haven't been attended.
For a month, and
you too?
Like,
yeah,
we haven't been.
Matt hasn't been often. Alid hasn't been.
But like, also, it was the first ever time, even though I only played a couple of times, I I've done this prior, and I would at least get a top 16 finish to get all the promos. I didn't even finish top 16 in the league because I only played one game, 1 week in the league.
I didn't get a single one. It was weird not seeing my name there at all.
So, like, yeah. Anyway, so we'll go on to our questions from our loyal listeners. So, this one from TLV is really interesting again, just like last time. TLV asks, what mechanic would you borrow from another card game to bring into Lorcana?
So, I've only really... I've collected Pokemon, but I've only really played Light Seekers, which is, unfortunately, in the physical form, it is non-existent anymore. But the digital client still goes. But one of the things that they've done heavily in it, and I think it was the same as the Warhammer TCG that they brought out to play Fusion, they base most of their cards on rotation. So the cards rotate and have different effects. Having items or locations in Lorcana with that sort of effect could be very interesting, where one, for example, locations you could have that it gives, or one corner health, another corner strength, another corner law, or a final corner ward.
In this situation, would both you and or your opponent be able to rotate the card? So if you played the location that had this effect, you choose your orientation.
So the way that it works in Light Seekers is that them sort of cards, they have their time effect. So they go around each corner. Once it's done, it goes into the discard.
Much like Magic Sagas.
Yeah. So having a location that has that sort of interesting effects, or an item that does that. An item would be more interesting because you could technically go, maybe it's a pay effect to rotate.
Brings it back.
Well, or it's a pay effect to rotate it. For example, I pay 2 to rotate it, so it's now this is the active corner. Like that sort of a thing. And maybe it's different costs for different things to rotate it to have a different effect. But
you have actually just given me an idea with that. Just because between having to work it out for us and saying, oh, it's like a saga. But sagas would be really good too, because it's a game about storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Like, you just go chapter by chapter and it does different things.
Yeah.
Or hell, you could do a song version. You go verse by verse.
Yeah. So
a chorus song as well.
So I think that's something I would bring in, because a lot of people that played other TCGs, and I know have done well in other TCGs, they came to Light Seekers because of this effect, and they really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. They were upset that it did end, and they've gone back to other TCGs, but it's one of them things of having something like that would be very interesting.
Yes. 2 sprung to mind for me from 2 different games. So I'll go with the simpler one first, which is Pokemon had a specific card. I won't even say it's a mechanic really, but they had a card that you could play individually for a specific effect, or you could play as a pair or collection for better effects. So I think the one that sprung to mind was there was a card called Puzzle of Time. You play just the one, it would say, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, rearrange them. If you played 2, you could take cards from your discard pile and put them in your hand. And then obviously you put them back, you put them into the discard. So it was like kind of, oh, okay, do I play one and get a decent effect, or do I go for broke, get the second one? In Pokemon, that was much more reliable. There's a lot of fast, aggressive digging through your deck. It would be harder in Lorcana, but then maybe you have a better payoff for it. Oh, another version of that in Pokemon is they had big Pokemon that would be you'd get quarters of, and you'd have to assemble them. Union cards, I think they were called.
Oh, okay. So that digging effect would be similar to the bosses on the roll, which is actually a song
Yes,
in
yeah,
Lorcana,
yeah.
Where you look at the top 5 cards,
Rearrange and then
put
you get
any
a
at the
roll.
bottom, gain a law, and then you rearrange how you want them.
Yeah. So imagine it was like you had...
But if you had 2 of them, you could do a different effect of going into discard.
Exactly. Play a card for 3 from the discard or something like that.
That Diablo you just managed to kill, he's back.
Yeah. So like, might be an interesting way to see, just like a way of like encouraging you to build your deck differently, or not to just play a card as soon as you can.
Would pull the lever and wrong lever be similar to that?
They are synergistic cards. They aren't ones you have to play together at the exact same time.
No.
But it's a good example because they are very much cards designed
because you can play one and do a effect, like wrong lever, you can bounce someone's character back. But if you have pull the lever in the graveyard on discard, is that Cinderella Stout has it to the bottom of the deck, please?
Yeah. I guess another example of it is Exodia, the old school Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Get all 5 of them in your hand and
win the game.
Was it actually win the game, or was it basically win the game?
No, win the game.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's the only. That's the only thing I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that was like the win condition of that deck.
Someone done it the other day in the shop. Yeah.
I gotta give it to them. Like, it's amazing when they pull something like that off.
Like the other mechanic I would maybe like to see, and I think it's probably a bit more feasible, would be at the simplest version, Magic has the idea of counters, where you can just power something up. You put 1/1 onto it and it makes it more powerful. I would prefer there was a small run of cards in Magic where you had the concept of experience or leveling. Sorry, not experience, leveling. So you'd have the card would come in with a basic effect. So for example, we'd have a 1/3 2-drop. It would then have a couple of you'd be able to pay 3 into it, and you would then level up to level 2. However we symbolize that, but then that would maybe make them stronger and give them an ability. Maybe when you draw a card at start your turn, maybe you cycle 1 or something.
No, that's cool.
And you could, so like in Magic, you have a lot of these cards had 2 level ups. It's like they wouldn't be really relevant until the top level, in which case they'd often have like really interesting things. No. But the idea would be like, imagine having your 1-drop that you top deck mid of the game, and you can actually play it and then just go, cool, I'm going to pay the money to level it up, the ink to level it up, and I'm going to do it again. And now instead of being a 1/1, it's actually a 3/5 with rush.
That's cool.
For me, I like the idea of the smuggle mechanic from Star Wars Unlimited. So Star Wars Unlimited's resources work much like Lorcana. They've got the draw phase at the end of the turn order, but essentially the same thing. At the end of your turn, you draw 2 cards, and then you can resource 1. So with Star Wars, there is a mechanic where you pay a separate price, and you can play something from your resources at a later point for its smuggle cost. So it's like, okay, I can't play this now, and I don't want it to be discarded or anything. I could play it into my resources, and then at a later point in the game go, well, I'll pay this, and you can even tap it for it, and then you play it from resource.
So I'm guessing in Star Wars, your resources are open?
They aren't, but you can look at them at any time. It was a big throw when it was like, you can't be looking, and it was like, yeah, you can. It's like, can I? What? This is new.
Yeah, because I think there's only one card in Lorcana that allows you to do that.
Mufasa.
No, Mufasa's not. It's a different one. It actually lets you look at your ink.
All right.
But Mufasa's the only one that brings ink back from instant. Yeah.
But to be fair, if you were really going competitive, you would be noting down everything you've inked. So you'd have a record in front of you, because you're allowed to keep notes during a game.
Not in the rule. I'm sure
You should be able to keep notes
in the rules
of your stuff as long as they are available to the judges and your opponent.
From my understanding, the rules in Lorcana, you're not allowed to keep notes of that sort of thing.
We will check.
Interesting. We will check that. That feels weird because that's a game state validation thing.
And then the other one that I would like to outright steal, is Planeswalkers. But you would call them Illumineers because we're telling stories. So you can have... we've got the characters in the game. I don't know any of their names apart from Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. and stuff like that. But you've got the ones that are on the promo, the insert cards.
And the adverts and everything.
And everything. So they've got in-game Illumineers, just like Magic's got in-game Planeswalkers, and you could put them in as Planeswalker.
It makes
cards.
them a bit more important to the lore as well, right? Otherwise, they go the way of summoners in League of Legends.
Yeah. So
no one cares, like the fact that you are some overlord actually playing these characters because you're summoning them. And everyone just goes, no, I just like the characters.
Yeah, so that I think like you could have, and you could make them like they'd be monocolor, I think, but you would make them very exclusive. Like ultimates would be things like if, for example, in yellow you made it Mickey, his one would be like heal 1, or again his +1 would be something like heal 1. His -1 would be something like draw a card and discard a card. I know that's more of a steal thing, but heal 1 and draw a card or something like that. Yeah. And then his ultimate would be heal as much as you can and draw a card for each one. Kind of like a super Rapunzel. But the chances of getting there, like it is in Magic, is very slim.
Yeah.
But if you could get it there, it'd be really good.
If that means that we can get a steel version with the emblem type effect, where you create a permanent game state thing, where like at the start of your turn you just choose to do damage to something.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'd all be able to fit the colour identity. So this purple one would be very draw or self-bouncing.
Yeah, I feel like the blue would probably be look at the top. I'd say look at the top 2, put 1 to hand, or something like that, and then use your regular draw.
And red would be banishy stuff, or rush, or reckless.
Yeah, all of your characters gain rush.
All your opponent's characters gain reckless. For the day.
Isn't that usually a green thing? Giving your opponent stuff reckless?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, but like, yeah, I think that could be something. And like, if you use the characters from the lore in that position, it makes them relevant to the game.
Yeah.
It gives some flavour to the IP as well. And that could be something that would be fun going on.
Yeah, it would.
I think before that, I would like to see locations come back and be relevant.
So that was one of our questions from Tom. Do we think locations will come back?
I hope so. I really do. Like, I like locations.
Flotilla's most probably the best location after the
No, mine.
Oh,
mine and Flotilla then.
Mine is top tier.
Mine and Flotilla, I reckon.
And library.
I think mine and Flotilla will be the next big two.
When you're thinking about and going, is Institute of Technology good?
Oh no, so yeah, I would say mine, maybe library next, and then Flotilla. They're probably the best 3. Like 100 Acre Island.
The speedways.
I do think the speedways potentially have play, very fringe play, but without
Harry's
they're losing Jim and Tuk Tuk, right?
Without Harry's cheating.
They're also losing Voyage.
Yeah, it's a lot of cards.
You have to use transportation pod, but then it's in a different colour completely.
Green and yellow. I mean, without Jim, you don't need to be in red for locations.
No, but one of the speedways is in red, isn't it?
No, they're both yellow.
All right. I thought like the start line or something was.
Yeah, no.
I'm just thinking that like.
No, I think they're both yellow.
Okay. Yeah. So I think they'll come back at some point. I would like to see them come back as long as they I think they need to retool them a little bit because you've got things that are really good, but
they have no middle ground.
It's either really good or not usable. So like
Sorcerer's Tower is the best card known to man.
I have to say I did enjoy annoying people with Merlin's hat.
Reveal your top card.
Please.
They play a whole new world on me. Yeah, I need to see every one of those going into your hand. Don't worry, you get to see mine too, but...
Jeez.
But...
Like, there are a couple of, like, middling cards that... So, like, Agrabah, I'd say, is very much that design space.
No,
it's not super pushed, and it's not underwhelming. It's exactly where you want it to be.
Which one was the finish line?
Good question.
Set 5.
Set 5, yeah.
Yeah, so it is Ruby.
Okay.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
My bad.
So you would have to be in Ruby Amber to play it.
To do that, the Ruby is the activate to send, the ping them to send them to there, right? Yellow is the one that actually does the lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could get away with just having transport pod.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to have the first bit.
You also need other locations to be at to begin with.
Fang.
Which rotates.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Jungle Oasis. Sherwood's actually pretty good. Yeah, that one stays, I think.
Yeah, but it's like...
Yes, Sherwood stays.
It's very much a case of you've got things that saw play in the meta quite a lot. Mugduck Manor, Queen's Castle, Library.
Mine. That's it.
That's it. We've all tried to make Pirates work, and it didn't quite work. It was fun.
Well, you did have the location deck, and that did work with John Silver. And it does do well. I think one of... I think it was Becky from...
Oh, yeah, that was a nightmare.
Crack, and she came down, and she went 3-0 with it, I think.
Well, I played it in the Store Championship last time, and I was on
Amethyst Steel,
and I had nothing to interact in the early game, and all of a sudden I'm looking at 4 1-drop locations thinking, oh my god, how am I going to deal with this?
They've only got 4 health, but that 4 health adds up.
Missing Calhoun and Madman Tiny Anniversary in that deck against locations is hard.
Yeah.
If you miss either of them two, you struggling.
So like, yeah, I think I think they've got a place. I'd also argue that you could even bring in, kind of like what Jafar's thing did, is the Magic, and going back to the first thing, is like sieges in Magic, where you get locations that you play on your opponent, and you've got to kill it from them to get a benefit on your side.
Yeah. Like, if you could be like, here's a Mukduk Manor equivalent. It doesn't get you anything, but if I'm able to get through that 9 life, then I get 3 lore.
I get a monstrous dragon.
Or just, if I take this out, I get to choose and banish a thing.
Yeah.
So got another question?
Yeah, so this one is going to be a 1-word question, 1-word answer. So Rachel asks, what card do we hope will not be reprinted? I'm going to say 3, 2...
Hold on, wait, it's 2 words.
It is 2 words.
Okay, 2 words. So, after 1, right? 3, 2, 1,
The Muses.
There we go. That was done. You can watch our other videos to find out our thoughts on that.
Wait. I have a top 5 ban list. The first one is The Muses. The second one is Pete's Game Referee. And I played Pete's Game Referee.
He's not rotating.
No, he's not rotating, but he should be banned. The third ban is The Muses. The fourth ban is Pete's Game Referee. And then the fifth band is Pete Game Referee and the music.
Okay. I'm going to cut that for sure. Okay. So then Becky's asked, what theme would we like to see supported? So we were debating whether this meant like franchise or just play style or whatever. So
should we go franchise first?
Yeah, we'll go franchise.
So for me, I like Fantasia. I was very upset the fact that Magic Brooms, Wayward Sorcerer style cards, like I did like the fact that Donald came into it recently, but having them sort of style cards rotate out, I would like to see potentially them come back in the future sets. But that's also because I like Brooms. Like, who doesn't like questing for 18 law in one turn with Sorcerer's Tower? What about yourself, Nick?
So, if you'd asked me 6 months ago or something like that, I would have said Mulan. But we've had a lot of Mulan cards recently, so I think I'd have to go with... Well, if we're going Disney specific, I think it'll be Black Cauldron. I think it would be a really cool aesthetic to get into the game. That sort of dark gothic D&D-esque kind of thing, and a lot of like Welsh inspired mythology. It's kind of cool, but like I'd also love to see some of the Pixar stuff. Like if we can get an incredible set in there, it would be great.
So what's interesting is that you brought up Black Cauldron because that is in Whispers of the Well.
Yeah.
So set 10 with the Goofy that we will be seeing.
The next one is 9, right?
Yes.
So we're going into 10 in about 3-4
Christmas
months.
time.
Yeah.
Christmas. Nice.
So that's potentially when we're going to see some Black Cauldron
Nice.
cards. I think Darkwing is after that.
We're seeing a lot of 80s then.
Darkwing Duck is 90s.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's 80s.
No, he came after Tailspin. Not Tailspin, DuckTales.
Ooh.
So for me, I would like to see Fox and the Hound.
That's a very
Never 80s.
Yeah.
very nice film. Very sad film.
Yeah. That's the only problem with it. I wouldn't want to have any of the actions where like Todd gets hurt.
Yeah, Best of Friends of the song is pretty good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Can't imagine a lot of cards in like I imagine it being part of a bigger set for sure. I don't know if you could support a big chunk of a set with it. There's not a lot of characters.
And then just as a curveball, seeing as they have announced Pixar later on down the line, and this one's for Harry, because I'm sure he would say this, the Muppets.
Does that count you? Yeah, I suppose they are part of Disney, aren't they?
Yeah.
but they're not part of Pixar, are they?
No,
No.
but eventually we could. Would we see like Avengers before Muppets? They're
I hope not.
very protective over Muppets, right?
Yeah, but I think the Muppets fits Lorcana better
More, yeah. 100%.
than
Yeah, I don't think I want to
Singer
see.
26 Piggy. There'd be no songs over like a 10, but a Singer 26 Miss Piggy.
Yeah, I think I'd rather see that than like Iron Man coming down and being like and using his blasters on like Mickey.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bit weird, like Hulk smash.
Yeah, I hope they stick to like the animated style and Pixar style. That to me is
Well, Pixar's still animated. It's just
but what I'm saying is don't go down to Marvel and everything.
But I guess
I know they are Disney, but
Okay.
does beg a
Muppet
question.
Babies.
Does beg a question. Where do we draw the line with animated? Are we including stuff like Pete's Dragon, Mary Poppins?
because what's interesting, there's no Mary Poppins at the moment.
No, because it's not. It's a live action.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's also
I know there's animated sections.
same
But
with,
then-
Bedknobs and broomsticks.
that's the one I was gonna say.
Could have the armor.
Sometimes
the football scene would be amazing as some sort of weird action.
and there's loads of songs in those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the idea of it.
I think them sort of things I can see potentially yes. More.
Yeah.
If they're going to do Marvel, I think they're going to do Marvel like they have with Star Wars separately.
Well, Marvel.
I mean, I would have said the same thing about Magic, but I believe it's going to be set. It's going to be a legal set, right?
It's a standard set, just like Final Fantasy.
Yep, Spider-Man's going to be web slinging in with all the Clan of War elves, and
I quite like the cards that they showed today. I like
the Penny Parker card.
I am only a Commander player, and I like all of these universes beyond. Like, I think my favourite set is the Lord of the Rings set.
Yeah.
Which is weirdly the one that fits the most with Magic.
It really does. And the art style they went with it was just gorgeous.
Yeah. But as someone who only plays Commander, I'm happy for it to just be something that the Commander players can play with, and you can just ignore it if you're in Standard. I don't like that they've added it to Standard. It just
that feels weird.
Yeah, especially like since it came out, Final Fantasy has been off sale for pretty much since week 2. Like, we can't get it back in.
Jeez.
And apparently the reprint's not until December. And
God.
this is a standard set.
That's wild.
But then again, it's like, unfortunately, it's like Pokemon, isn't it? The fact that how quickly does that sell out in the store every time you have it?
I don't want to talk about Pokemon.
and you don't even advertise that anymore.
That's mostly with like the special sets, right? Not just every set.
We have, since Surgeon Sparks, we haven't been able to keep a single set in.
What was the last? It was
Black Bolt and White Flare.
Yeah, that I was.
That's a half set.
I went in Sunday, to meet Goose to go down to Social Dice Supply, and when we were there, they literally sold the last few bits of that set, and it's crazy how quick.
And that was with not at all going.
I will give credit to Ravensburg. They are doing really well with, since Chapter 1 and the start of Chapter 2, they have done really well in making sure that stock is available for stores.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. So we got our last question now from...
we only answer the franchise side.
All right, okay, so mechanic. What mechanic, would you like to see supported? Do you want to go first? Because we know what you want to say.
There's only going to be one thing. It's Mill. I love Mill. I need to get him more in my life. Since I started, one of my first ever decks in Pokemon was Mill. And I just can't. We've had a couple of Mill cards in Lorcana, but they're never good enough. And eventually, we'll get a card that will work just enough that I'll be able to force it.
My Broom's deck is Mill. Thank you very much. I can change it from being aggro to being control to being Mill, and I'm happy with it. And even with Beyond the Horizon now, it makes it even better. But people keep removing Wayward Sorcerer. Why?
The only time I've known Mill in Lorcana to be semi-relevant was into the Influence Championship, where someone my semi-final opponent tried to mill me out. So and he was close, but then I dropped the Chernobog to shuffle all the characters back into my deck.
Yeah, it's rough. As like I said, I play a lot of Mill, like going to like Magic events and being like, I've gotten through 2/3 of your deck, and then your opponent flips over one of the Eldrazi Titans and be like, by the way, it says on it, as soon as it goes to my discard, shuffle the discard back in. I'm like, I guess that's game. I did not manage to exile it, so I lose.
Yeah. So no, Yeah, I do like the idea of having a slightly better mill mechanic.
I think more than that, I like having alternate win cons. So like we were saying earlier, having Exodia approach.
Yeah.
Sure, having 5 of these in hand at one time is very unlikely. But someone's going to do it. Like,
well, it was the fact that I used Mill as my third game against Greg the other week. It was the fact that I was playing Brooms, playing him his Ruby Amethyst deck.
But that's it. You need to be playing against someone else who's playing a draw engine to get close to it.
No, so what was interesting in that, he wasn't drawing because he knew the situation that I like. Game 1, I went aggro. So I literally dropped everything down, Sorcerer's Tower, just quested for like 3 turns. Won. He couldn't stop it. Game, dropping Pete, so be prepared didn't happen against Ruby Amethyst. Game 2, he dominated. Like, he had control. That was it. I couldn't do anything. Game 3, I had early control, then lost control, and then I then realised I already sung Whole New World 3 times, but every time I played Bucket Brigade
shuffle
puts a card from your discard into his deck. I used it once on his for his Be Prepared to get rid of it so he couldn't target it again. And I'd done it twice for Whole New World. I had another one, so I'd done it again. Got a Whole New World from the draw that turn. Just lots of ink, just went 5 costs. Play Whole New World. Put a few things on, he wiped them. Fine. And I think in the end he got to some. I think I played Whole New World 6 times in that. Which is only 4 cards.
Yeah.
But I managed to do it 6 times, activate it. And we've gone through enough turns that he's drawn enough.
Yeah.
Like, with the passive effects of certain things, that I've just gone, okay, thank you very much, that's game.
So you've milled him.
Maybe 7 times.
So like, if you start with 7, if you say that he's on a 60 card deck, you have made him draw through 42 of his decks. So he's only really got. So if you've gone into 11 turns, then yeah. So, but that's not an easily repeatable thing.
Yeah.
And how often are you gonna not Whole New World into 2 Whole New Worlds and things like that?
Oh, I did.
In Pokemon, used to have a few actual mill decks. Recent times, people play what they call mill, but it's essentially an inevitability. They sit there, and it's the most miserable game where the mill deck just sits there and removes all the opponent's resources when they come down and stop them being able to attack and stuff like that. And will basically wait for them to naturally run out of cards because they'll have like a loop which will be like, okay, I've got no cards in deck. I'm going to bring my 1 card there with a special ability which says shuffle into deck. I've got 1. Next turn, draw that, play it. And literally on loop, we'll just put that 1 card back in the deck and he'll be like, I can never deck out. You will eventually. And that is the game plan. And that's miserable for everyone. No, that's the one thing I hope doesn't happen.
So there's the 1 card that allowed me to survive, which is the Rush Broom.
Yeah.
Because the Rush Broom shuffles all my brooms back into my deck. So I waited until I knew I had 3 of them already out, like in the discard or on the field. And then when I had the 4th one, I knew I had to play it.
Yeah.
Shuffled everything back in. And he's just like, And it was just like, deck count? It was just like 10 cards. I was like, okay, Whole New World. And it's like, Whole New World.
Yeah, I'll do it.
But it's one of them things is I do like alternative win styles.
Mm-hmm. You wanted to get the alternative win con magic deck, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
When I saw that, I was interested, but I'm not really into Magic the Gathering. I'm not into a lot of the other card games, but it was just the fact that I just like alternative win style situations. They are fun.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of flustered sorcerer Donald Duck, but being uninkable 7 cost.
If he was inkable.
If he was inkable, I would have 1 or 2 in the deck. Even in that deck, and just go, hey, you got 25 law, you can't get there.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
I'm trying to think. I like go wide strategies, but that's just aggro in Lorcana, so I guess it wouldn't be that because
you could look at looking at sticky sort of bodies. So like bodies that replace themselves. So like it would be like if you trying to think of how to Lorcanarize it.
Ooh, I've got one. I would like them to lean more into with Robin Hood in set 1. You also had Steal from the Rich. If you built a mechanic around actual Robin Hood makes sense if they leaned into that Steal from the Rich mechanic of I do something with my card and take your law.
Okay, so like thievery.
So like thievery, but because Steal from the Rich is every time you quest on that turn, you steal their law as well, which in Keyforge was the identity of a whole house.
Yeah.
Because like you would get.
Is it Dix?
Hmm?
Is it Dix?
No, it was this. Or Dis. It was shadows. They were all pickpockets and things like that. So like they were thieves, and you would, but you could get swings then. So like it's kind of like what the shark does with Pirate's Life. So you would get, you lose 2, I gain 2, which is a 4 law swing basically.
With Half Shark is an additional law as well.
I know, but
yeah, but it was just an example.
But that was an example. Yeah. So like you get those swings, and it would be something that would help against aggro.
Yeah, I mean thievery is that because thievery is a 1-drop. Well, it's a 2 laws.
You got G Lloyd thievery. G Lloyd.
He's one of the carters.
Yeah, your opponent loses a law, you gain a law. He is gaining a law, isn't he?
I think so.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I put him in that deck yesterday, one of the bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not. He played in World.
All right.
So he's not bad anymore.
Because I checked him in that green-red bounce.
Yeah. So, but like, yeah, we've seen a splattering of it, but actually make it themed.
Well, yeah.
To
So
something.
you've got like Aladdin. Like you had a lot of different, but it's not part of a theme, is it? Like you stated, it's like you got a bit in.
Thievery is a theme, though. I think you can definitely make it a theme.
You have Aladdin, which Thievery is part of. Then you have Pirate's Life, which is nothing to do with.
Yeah. Then you've got
Robin
Hood.
Would be stealing, though.
Then you've got G Lloyd, Robin Hood.
You do have a couple of others as well. I just can't remember what they
Flotilla? Or one of the pirate...
Flotilla is
Flotilla.
Yeah.
But like, there's a splattering, but not enough to build a deck around.
And most of them are not great, or not. They don't support good archetypes already.
No, and that's it. Like, even when I run the Robin Hood deck, Steal from the Rich, you need cards down, but it's hard to keep cards
Steal
down.
from the Rich would be fine if you're able to sing it as a song or something like that.
Yeah, but you can't even sing it. You've got to pay for it, and you need to have cards down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'd go with that, like a stealing mechanic.
Yeah.
Although it's Disney, so probably not.
I would like more. I do like the fact of Wayward Sorcerer. The fact that there is a theme deck where brooms recycle in challenges.
So like a synergistic theme, basically.
So I do like that, and the fact that has now removed. I hope they bring another version.
They somewhat have it in Puppies now.
Yeah, Puppies
is not
Puppies.
Yeah,
and
but I don't think it's as good because it's not like I can challenge or you challenge.
There are like ways to like. I think Perdita does like returning puppies from discard. And...
Yeah, no, but for example, I just put Wayward Sorcerer down. I can go, okay, I'm in control mode. Every one of my brooms is going to challenge your characters. They bounce to my hand. I then replay them.
Okay, so specifically you like the bounce back.
It's the fact, it's the fact.
So that, I believe we have that in the red-purple Gothel. I believe when she comes down, she does
one character.
We also previously, she will be rotating, had Fairy Godmother. Fairy Godmother made it so all your characters would do that.
Yeah, no, it is, but I just like the fact that...
And Facilia.
Yeah.
So, like, we've definitely had that as a theme. They've just always been slightly priced out.
But I also like the fact that it's in not just the theme of that style, but it's in a franchise. They've stuck to a franchise for it. And I think sticking, as much as I do like the fact that they are going more franchise style. So, like, if you look at Blurple, it's going very heavily into...
Sword in the Stone?
Not Elsa.
Okay.
So, into Frozen. It's going into that sort of style where they have got other bits and pieces, but a lot of it is now, in the future sets as well, is basically Frozen. And I do like that they are doing that. Like, Green Red now is Alice in Wonderland. I think that's
Green Blue appears to be Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
Green Steel is Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So
I had to think about that.
So there's a lot of nice franchises coming in that style. I just hope that we have something similar where it's like, as I said, the Broom deck is not the best deck around, but if you can get the engine going, it's almost unstoppable.